Hey everyone, a very happy Republic Day to all of you. Thank you for joining in, and let's dive into the topic really quick. Um, we're going to be talking about PCOD today. It's one of the burning topics in our country, and how much information, there's such a lot of information out there that we're all confused about what to do with PCOD. So, today I'm going to be talking about all those frequently asked questions because I get a lot of emails, a lot of text messages asking me what exactly is PCOD, or what can I do to manage PCOD? There's so much of frustration in young women that we see. There's irregular periods, unwanted weight gain, acne, facial hair, chronic fatigue, low energy levels, and there's a lot of fear. Every PCOD patient has this fear of having, negative effects on their relationships, difficulty in conceiving. It also impacts their mental health. They're scared because there's an increased risk for diabetes. It affects their personal life and also their work life. Now, today, let's understand what exactly is PCOD. And to understand that, I have categorized PCOD into 4 different types. Now, they can all exist, or they all, coexist with each other, but there are 4 different categories that they can be divided into. Now, the first category is the insulin resistant PCOS. Now, most of the people who come with PCOD to us suffer from the insulin resistant type of PCOS, where there is increased insulin resistance because there are high fluctuating blood sugar levels, and there is increased insulin resistance in the body, leading to weight gain, irregular periods, facial hair, discoloration and pigmentation of the skin. Now, recently we had a young girl, just about 25, 26, who had come in with this problem. And, there are always early signs of PCOS in people with insulin resistance. So it can be really diagnosed at an early age. And she had these symptoms as we probed and we, got into the case taking. We saw these signs of PCOS have already been there. So the facial hair, the weight gain at puberty, the irregular periods, and she was not diagnosed, or she was misdiagnosed. So insulin resistance PCOS is one of the most common type. The next is the inflammatory type of PCOS. Now, you will also find people with PCOS, or women with PCOS, who are really lean, who have got no symptoms like the insulin resistance PCOS. Like, they do not have any facial hair, they they don't have any fatigue, they don't have any skin pigmentation, just maybe irregular periods. Now, the inflammatory type of PCOS happens in response to eating inflammatory foods such as gluten, dairy, processed meats, and also refined sugars. We had a case of inflammatory PCOS where there was this very lean girl who came to us, and she was diagnosed with PCOD on the ultrasound. But if we looked at her lifestyle, she didn't really have insulin resistance. But the minute we took her off inflammatory foods such as gluten, dairy, and all the other processed foods, immediately she started responding. Her periods got regular. The next type of PCOS is the post-pill PCOS. Now, post-pill PCOS is the type of PCOS that you would get if you've abruptly stopped contraceptive pills, because these contraceptive pills have synthetic progesterone. And when you withdraw these pills or stop taking them abruptly, the ovaries will produce excessive androgens, leading to a PCOS kind of a situation, which as days pass by, your body will try and adjust back and you will start getting regular periods. So it's just a temporary PCOS kind of a situation that your body can create. So you need to be aware of that if you are on contraceptive pills or you're planning to stop contraceptive pills. The next is the adrenal PCOS. Now, the adrenal PCOS has symptoms or mimics symptoms like PCOS, and is seen in women who have very high stress levels. And this kind of PCOS happens because there is an increased production of a hormone called as DHEA. It is a hormone that is produced by your adrenal glands in response to any stress, any sort of a mental trauma or mental stress in the body, and it affects your blood sugar levels and there is excessive male hormones in the body. That is, androgens are on a androgen production in the body increases. So these are the various kinds of, or the 4 categories of PCOS. And if you feel that you belong to any one of those categories, then you need to manage the PCOS accordingly. Now, the next question that I get asked frequently is, what are the different lifestyle changes? Because everybody knows that PCOS is completely a lifestyle disease. So what exactly can we do to manage PCOS? We have PCOS patients who are students. We recently had a girl who was just about 20. She was a student from a very reputed engineering college here in Goa, and she had approached us, and we diagnosed her for PCOS and we just managed it with a very few lifestyle changes. Then we have women coming in with infertility and PCOS, and also women who work with MNCs, or they have got they have very stressful jobs. So there are 4 very important lifestyle changes that I introduce to all of my PCOS patients, and one of them is never stepping out of your house without a breakfast. So make sure you have a breakfast every single day, because when you have a breakfast in the morning, it helps to stabilize your blood sugar levels, and it also ensures that you do not overeat in your next meal. Alright, so make sure that you have your breakfast first thing in the morning before you leave your home for, if you're going to college or if you're going to work. Next, avoid having those long gaps between meals. So snack on something healthy. It could be fruits, it could be nuts, it could be buttermilk, it could be a lassi, it could be a tender coconut if it's readily available to you. But try not to have those long gaps. Again, having those small meals throughout the day will help to keep your insulin and blood sugars stable. Alright, and that is what we want in PCOS. Next, exercise. And what kind of exercise is going to help you? Weight training or strength training. Now, when I say weight training, everybody is so alarmed. The women get really scared of lifting weights. Now, you do not really need to get scared, because you're not going to bulk up and have a male body just by lifting weights. In fact, it's actually going to tone you down. It's going to help your insulin resistance. As you build muscle, your insulin resistance is reduced, your insulin gets more sensitive, and your body starts responding to your insulin, and your irregular periods, your skin discoloration, the fatigue, your hormones actually start getting regulated. So don't be afraid of going and lifting those weights. You can do it just 2 times a week. It's more than enough. And for the rest of the week, you can indulge in yoga, and you can also do some sort of cardio. And a disclaimer, walking does not qualify as an exercise. So please, if you're just walking, it's not really going to help you in the long run. And the last and the most important point, or the most important lifestyle change, is stop eating out of a packet. Even if the packet screams of the virtues of the healthy virtues that food has, it may say low fat, 0 carb, vegan, dairy free, and sugar free, and 0 fat, low fat. If it's coming from a processing unit, you just need to know that it is bad for you. You could be a PCOS patient, you could be having diabetes, hypertension, or you could be a human being. Alright, just understand that anything that comes out of a packet is bad for you. Yeah. The last question that I will be taking up for today, and one of the questions that causes a huge confusion, is, should a PCOS be consuming supplements? And if yes, what kind of supplements should a PCOS patient take? Now, I know there's so much of information. Oh, we need protein, and we need inositol, and we need all these female supplements, and there are powders and capsules and juices and detox juices that are sold to us. But before doing all of that, you need to first identify what deficiencies you have. And one of the 3 deficiencies that we have seen in PCOS patients, and when we introduce foods with these micronutrients, we see a tremendous improvement, a huge change in their periods, in the skin, in the energy levels of a PCOS patient. And the three micronutrients are vitamin D, magnesium, and essential fatty acids. Now, you do not really need to take supplements for these, especially for essential fatty acids. Now, if you're having nuts and seeds and ghee and white butter, cheese, eggs in your diet, you do not really have to take essential fatty acids. And do not be scared of fat, because these are good fats that you're going to get from your from all of these foods, and these fats are in fact going to help you to regulate your insulin levels. It's going to help you to regulate your blood sugar levels, and in turn help with getting your periods regular, help in getting your skin on track, and even your gut health can be back on track. So make sure you get these foods in your diet. The second one is magnesium. Now, especially women with the adrenal type of PCOS or who have insomnia and suffer from a lot of stress definitely should have magnesium in their diet. And the greatest sources of magnesium that are easily available to us are almonds and cashew nuts. Again, you'll say, oh my God, they are also fat. Yes, they have fats in them, which are essential and they are great. And they've got magnesium in them, which will help you to manage your stress levels, which will help to manage your insomnia and also help to regulate your periods. And the last one, but one of the most important vitamins for a PCOS patient, which I do not consider as a vitamin but a hormone, is vitamin D. Now, this vitamin helps to improve your blood pressure, insulin resistance. It helps to regulate androgens, so your testosterone levels and estrogen levels. So a patient with PCOS, if you have, it also improves ovulation. It helps your follicles to develop. It helps your menstrual cycles, your PMS. So make sure that you have a vitamin D rich diet. Now, what do we have for vitamins? Should we always be popping pills? Absolutely not. Vitamin D is a fat soluble vitamin. And if you are eating good fats in your diet, then be sure that you're getting all your vitamin D through your diet. Of course, most of the people who come to us with PCOS, though we live in India and we've got, a huge exposure to sunlight, we still suffer from a vitamin D deficiency. And that is because though we get vitamin D from the sun, it is on our skin, but it does not get absorbed into our cells. It's not assimilated into our body. It's because we're not eating the right fats in our diet. So add that 1 spoon of ghee on your dal, that 1 spoon of ghee on your rice. That's going to help that vitamin D. So you could be popping the best of best pills, but if you're not having the right fat along with your meals, then you're not going to actually see the results that you're expecting, because that vitamin D is not going to get absorbed. Alright, so these were the 3 most frequently asked questions about PCOS. I'm sure all of you that have waited till the end have got a lot of questions. You can put it up on the chat, or you can DM me directly. But this is what I want you to really do. Now that you've got this information about PCOD, I want you to speak to 3 people in your friend circle, talk to them about PCOD. You could also share this video and educate them as well about PCOD. Alright, because this is one topic that really needs awareness. And if you're really interested in getting in touch with me, joining my lives, or getting onto a assisted program that we have, then do get in touch. You can message me on WhatsApp or visit drjolene.com. Thank you so much for joining in today, and I look forward to all of you joining in next time on a Friday evening at 7 o'clock. Bye-bye. Thank you so much for joining.